Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. So it's that time of year again, Thanksgiving. And normally when you think of Thanksgiving, you think of the turkey. The turkey is the star of the show. But to me, what makes a great Thanksgiving is all the side dishes, man. The green bean casserole, the stuffing, the mashed potatoes. Even one year, man, I ordered a bacon pizza. And I went to go pick it up, and the pizza man was like, what kind of scrub orders pizza on Thanksgiving? I'm that type of scrub, man. So yeah, it's really everything on the side. So for today's video, guys, we have an NBA 2K20 challenge involving side dish players. And what exactly is a side dish player? Well, what I did is I went through all 30 NBA teams and I added one legend player to every team. But the one stipulation was that I was not able to add a player that was a higher overall than the best player on the team. The turkey, man, the turkey of the team. Because like I said, in my opinion, yeah, the star players are great, but to really win a championship, you need the right side dishes, right, man? So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So for example, like Trae Young is rated like 89 overall in this game, so I was not able to add anybody that was 89 or over. I had to go 88 or under for that team. So it was actually kind of a tough challenge to put together a roster, just because like there's only a certain amount of players in this game, and if it's the all-time teams, chances are a lot of the guys are going to be like higher overall players, man. So in some cases, you know, some teams got like lower overall guys, other teams got higher overall guys, and plus it does kind of play into effect too that, you know, if you had like a 97 overall LeBron James on your team, then you're going to get a hell of a good Laker player, where maybe like the Memphis Grizzlies, their highest overall is like an 82. So that kind of limits them to like 81 under, man. But I don't know. I thought it'd be fun just kind of see how it would operate here in the NBA. So I'm going to show you guys the roster, the teams that I put together. And let me know in the comment section below, who would you add to the team? And I guess also let me know, man, what's your favorite Thanksgiving dish? For me, man, that pizza was good that one year. But no, man, I like the green bean casserole. I like the green bean casserole personally. So yes, for the Philadelphia 76ers, 92 overall Joel Embiid. So I decided to go with an 87 overall Hershey Hawkins at the shooting guard spot. Just somebody that's going to give them some great perimeter shooting. And yeah, just knock down three-point shooter, pretty much like an 87 overall JJ Redick for the squad, right? That's all we really want him to do, is just bring that offense. So I thought that was a pretty solid choice. For the Milwaukee Bucks, I went with a 90 overall Ray Allen. I would absolutely love a young prime Ray Allen playing with Giannis. I feel like that would just work out tremendously out there. And really, it's the only position that they really actually needed. Like maybe a center, but they didn't really have any good centers listed there that I could have used. Because I believe like Kareem is like a 97 or 98 overall. So yeah, he would not have been eligible for this video. For the Chicago Bulls, I went with a 80 overall Tony Kukoc. Now this one was tough. Like there was, because the Chicago Bulls have such a pristine history, a lot of their overall guys were really high overalls, as opposed to now, the highest overall player is an 84 overall Zach LaVine. So it was really tough to find like an 83 or lower player. So I actually had to go back to one of the like 90s teams to find Tony Kukoc there, because the all-time version is like a 85 overall or something like that, man. So yes, I went with him. Once again, just another offensive option at that 3 spot. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, I went with the all-time Anderson Varejao. Once again, man, not a lot of 83 or less players on the all-time teams, but Anderson Varejao was the last guy on the roster rated right there, man. And yeah, it just kind of gives them like a nice hustle energy player. That's kind of what Anderson Varejao was throughout his NBA career on the Cleveland Cavaliers. For the Boston Celtics, I went with an 86 overall Robert Parrish. Just your traditional inside scoring, defensive rebounding, shot blocking big man. At 7 foot, I just thought he would kind of fill a nice little void for this Boston Celtics team. For the Los Angeles Clippers, I went with a 93 overall Chris Paul. So yeah, you had the Lob City guys with Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. Those players are fantastic. But now, Chris Paul, you have a chance to win a championship with Kawhi Leonard and Paul George. Not gonna be the first option. You're like the third option on this team. You definitely got to go out there and facilitate, but we'll see what you do here with this new look Clippers team. For the Memphis Grizzlies, I went with James Posey. Once again, man, not a lot of options out there, but James Posey, solid offensive player, always good 3-point shooter, has some pretty good athleticism. Defense was nice, so it just gives them a nice vet at the small forward spot. I was looking for Mike Miller. He's not in this game. That would have been another cool pickup. But yeah, Posey and Iguodala, although Iguodala doesn't actually play for this team ever, it should still actually make for a decent enough starting 5. Like, that's actually not a bad starting 5 right there. For the Atlanta Hawks, I went with a 28-year-old Al Horford. It's so crazy to think that like Al Horford played so many years for this Hawks team. And now, of course, he's on the 76ers to play for the Boston Celtics. But he would fit in so great if he played today in his prime on this Hawks team. I was actually kind of low-key wishing that he would have went back to the Hawks to finish out his NBA career. Because I think it's literally like the missing piece. Just like that jack of all trades, can do a little bit of everything. Great defender, big man. Yeah, it's really what the Hawks are missing. What I do, man? What I do? Okay, let's go back to the overalls. There we go. Miami Heat. I went with a 86 overall Eddie Jones. Just a great side dish to Jimmy Butler. Now, keep in mind, guys, that at the making of this video, no trades have gone down yet. There's been trade talks out there of DeMar DeRozan, LaMarcus Aldridge. When I'm making this, nothing's happened, but it would be very appropriate that I made all these videos over the Thanksgiving break, and then all of a sudden LaMarcus Aldridge gets traded. I would probably deserve it. People say I'm a LaMarcus Aldridge hater. Maybe I am a little bit. I don't know, man. I just feel like he'd be so much more. For the Charlotte Hornets, I went with a 79 Kendall Gill. It was either him or Muggsy Bogues, so I went with Kendall Gill. He's a bit taller, plays the shooting guard spot. They already got 2 point guards on this team. Didn't really need Muggsy, so we'll see what Kendall can do for them, man. Maybe score a billion points. You never really know. For the Utah Jazz, I went with one of my favorite players, AK-47, Andrei Kirilenko, at that small forward spot. I think he's going to instantly fit in with this team and just bring them some great defense, man. Of course, he can knock down the 3 too. For the Sacramento Kings, I actually went with a backup point guard, Mike Bibby. Now, of course, he was a starting point guard for the Sacramento Kings, but there was not really any good positions out there I could have chose from, so it was like Mike Bibby. I think maybe Jason Williams was an option. But yeah, so their starting five is going to be pretty much set, but just a nice scoring guard, just really to lead that second unit, I think could be very valuable for the Sacramento Kings. Plus, De'Aaron Fox and Mike Bibby could play in the backcourt together at times if needed. For the New York Knicks, I went with a 80 overall John Stark. It says 81. He's actually an 80. It's for some reason it says +1 right there. Not sure why, but no, he was an 80 when I put him on the roster. So yes, we got him. One of the only options. For the Los Angeles Lakers, I went with a 95 overall James Worthy. Of course, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, players like that were too high rated to get them. But no, James Worthy is actually going to fit out perfectly on this team, man. 6'9", extremely great defensive player, can bring the offense, can play off of really anybody, man. So yeah, it's going to be great kind of watch him hopefully clamp up Kawhi Leonard and Paul George to some extent. So we pretty much got him for his defense, but also his ability to play offense too. For the Orlando Magic, I went with Scott Skiles at the point guard position. Now, I believe Scott Skiles has the most assists in an NBA game of all time at 30. I don't know when that record's going to be broken, man. It might not ever be broken, but yeah, just a nice consistent point guard for the Magic. For the Dallas Mavericks, I went with an 88 overall Michael Finley. It seems like that's really what this Mavericks team needs next, is just consistent role play. I don't really want to call him a role player because, Michael Finley could definitely fill it up. But yeah, that's really what they need, is just guys that you can consistently count on day in and game out and all that. Brooklyn Nets, we got Drazen Petrovic, man. Moment of silence. This guy, obviously he passed away a long time ago, man, but this guy was an absolute three-point beast. This dude, oh my God. There's actually an image, I think I've talked about this before here on the channel, of Steph Curry as a child watching Petrovic shoot a basketball. And there's a caption saying that is the moment Steph Curry decided he wanted to be the greatest three-point shooter of all time. So that will be great with Kyrie Irving and Durant. For the Denver Nuggets, I went with Chauncey Billups at point guard, and I switched Jamal Murray to a shooting guard. There was not really a lot of options out there, but the reason is because, for one, Chauncey Billups is actually from the Colorado area, I believe, and went to college there, played some NBA ball there. Obviously, that's why he's on here. But no, I just think a smart IQ point guard like Chauncey to kind of slow down the offense, find the best shots, would work out nicely, and then Jamal Murray can solely focus on just his offensive game, which might actually be a W for this Nuggets team in the long term of things. For the Pacers, I went with an 86 overall, or 87 overall, Jalen Rose. Not much to say about him, man. I think of Jalen, I think of Kobe Bryant, but Jalen Rose himself was actually a good basketball player. I actually think of the Fab Five too. Pelicans, I went with an 83 overall Tyson Chandler. It was really the only position that they needed. Now the idea of Tyson and Zion Williamson, would that work in the in the front court? The athleticism would be off the charts. But no, we all know what Tyson Chandler was at that point in his career, back when he played with, Chris Paul, David West. They had some pretty solid teams. For the Detroit Pistons, I went with Richard Hamilton, 87 overall player. That's what the Pistons need, just a consistent shooting guard / small forward. I'm going to go with Rip at the shooting guard spot because I put Luke Kennard at small forward. He actually went up a rating. Rip Hamilton did not, so that's really the only reasoning. Although Rip Hamilton might actually play small forward, though. But yeah. Either way, it gives them a nice solid guard. For the Toronto Raptors, I went with the 6'9" Mo Pete. Once again, man, there wasn't like a ton of great options out there. I mean, the Toronto Raptors they're a really good basketball team, man. So yeah, they really just need maybe a shooting guard or a small forward. But even like Fred VanVleet plays shooting guard at times. He does fine. It was just kind of the best available option. For the Houston Rockets, I went with Tracy McGrady. Of course, he's more of like a point forward at this time in his NBA career. Also a good catch and shoot player, so I feel like he could play off James Harden, but also bring up the basketball and try to find the best shot for Russell and James. Yeah, because I was gonna go with Yao Ming, but Clint Capella I think does a good job. And the small forward spot was definitely like the glaring weakness for the Houston Rockets. For the San Antonio Spurs, keep in mind, making this video, both these guys are still on the team, man. I went Bruce Bowen, 34 years of age. Great defensive player. He's a good veteran, man. People say he's one of the dirtiest players of all time. I've seen some moments, but yeah, for 84 overall, didn't think it was bad. For the Phoenix Suns, I went with the power forward, Shawn Marion. So he actually played small forward mostly, I believe, on the Phoenix Suns, but I thought the power forward position made more sense for him right now in the NBA. Thing about Shawn Marion is they call him the Matrix. He could do everything out there. He can knock down the shots, play great defense, get other players involved, rebound the basketball. Like, this was literally the dude that was like number 1, number 2 every year in fantasy basketball because he could do everything, man. He was scoring so much points just for fantasy teams. For the OKC Thunder, I went with Detlef Schrempf. Now, keep in mind, he did play for the Seattle Supersonics. The thing is, though, is that there was not enough history of the OKC Thunder to really get a good solid player, so I had to go back to the Seattle Supersonic days to do that. So I felt a little wrong doing that, man, but, you know, they all kind of came from the same place. Minnesota Timberwolves, we have an 88 overall Sam Cassell. The point guard position was really one position that they really needed. Now, the power forward spot also was kind of a glaring weakness, but there was just no good solid power forwards to choose from because all the guys were too high rated. Kevin Garnett, Kevin Love, there was no good lower rated power forwards. For the Portland Trail Blazers, I went with a prime LaMarcus Aldridge. I feel like he'd be a great third option on this team now. I could actually see him eventually making his way back to the Portland Trail Blazers. A power forward is definitely what they need right now. They got Melo running that spot. I'd much rather see Melo go to small forward and get a guy like LaMarcus Aldridge at that 4 spot. Golden State Warriors, we have a 6'11", 280-pound, not the greatest hairline, but it's okay. He was a beast. Nate Thurman. The center spot's really the only position that the Warriors needed. And then for the Washington Wizards, we have a 24 years of age Chris Webber. Very underrated passer. Of course, came from the Fab Five. Should play nicely with Bradley Beal and John Wall. So yeah, guys, that's it, man. I already did all the rotations and everything. As far as the team I want to follow, I don't know, man. I mean, I guess I kind of want to see that Nuggets team. I want to see how my favorite player of all time, Chauncey Billups, does on the Denver Nuggets with Jokic and Jamal Murray. So yes, that is the team I'm going to follow. I am now going to go ahead and simulate this NBA season, and we are going to see how this Thanksgiving special side dish roster, I don't know what to call it, man, can do. Okay, so we are at the end of the regular season. I don't know if it's just like 2K disrespecting the Denver Nuggets as a whole, or my boy, Mr. Big Shot, Chauncey Billups. Either way, Ronnie bitch ass 2K, you are ruining my Thanksgiving, man. That's all I wanted was the Denver Nuggets to win because my man Chauncey's on there, guys. It's all good, though. I'll still root for Rip Hamilton. Here we go. One more game against the Jazz. Of course, Mr. L in the season. 38-44 for a Jazz team with Mr. Big Shot Billups. Come on, 2K. Gotta be better than that. Gotta be better than that. Okay, here we go. We got MVP LeBron James, not James Worthy, LeBron James. We got John Morant, Rookie of the Year. Dennis Schroeder, 6-man. Kawhi Leonard, Defensive Player. Bam Adebayo, Most Improved. And Frank Vogel, Coach of the Year. So yeah, none of the side dishes got the big-time awards, which a side dish wouldn't. Although James Worthy just made All-NBA first team, so yeah, that's pretty damn dominant. All-NBA second looking like this, and All-NBA third, so yep, only one of the players that were actually added made an All-NBA team. That's kind of interesting to think about. All defensive teams, we do got Kirilenko and Nate Thurman. Then All-NBA second with Chris Paul of the Clippers. And that's it for that, man. Okay, so playoffs. We got the Lakers. We got Minnesota with Sam I Am Cassell, a.k.a. AT. We got Golden State, Utah. Houston with Chimac. Sacramento with Mike Bibby off the bench. We got the Clippers and OKC. And then we got, man, my Detroit Pistons didn't make with Rip Hamilton. Come on, baby. And then we got Brooklyn, Toronto, Boston, Miami, Milwaukee, Washington, and Philly, and the Pacers. Let's go to these players' stats on the season, see how everybody actually performed. So yeah, Chauncey, 13-8, not bad. The Pacers, we got Jalen Rose at 16 points. Pelicans, Tyson at 12-7 with 2 blocks. Detroit Pistons, Rip Hamilton at 17 points with 6 assists. For the Raptors, we got Mo Pete as the second leading scorer at 15 points per game. The Rockets, we got Tracy McGrady definitely focusing more on the point forward aspect with the 9 assists, but also 13 points. San Antonio Spurs, yeah, they had Bruce Bowen at 9 points, 2 assists, and of course playing some great defense. Phoenix Suns, Sean Marion doing everything out there like I was saying. For the OKC Thunder, we got Detlef at 13 and 6. T-Wolf, Sam I am at 18 with 10 assists per game. Trailblazers with the prime LaMarcus Aldridge at 17 and 9. Nate Thurman, 18 points, 13 rebounds, and about 2 blocks. Damn, he beasted. Wizards, we got 18 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists for C-Web. 76ers, we got Hershey Hawkins knocking on that 3-point shot at 13 points, 5 assists per game. Milwaukee Bucks, Ray Allen, 18 points, 4 assists. For the Bulls, we got Tony at 12 with 5 assists and 4 rebounds. Cleveland Cavaliers, where we at, man? Come on, man. Yo, where's Verja? Okay, 7 points, 11 rebounds, and about 2 blocks, so good for him. Boston Celtics, we got Robert Parrish at 12 and 12 with 2 blocks. Clippers, Chris Paul, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals per game. That's my vote for who's going to win it also, guys. Or maybe the Lakers. Probably the Lakers, actually. James Posey, 10 points, 2 assists. We get the Hawks with Al Horford at 19 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Miami Heat, Eddie Jones at 16 points. Hornets, Kendall Gill, new leading scorer, 19 points, 3 rebounds. The Jazz, Kirilenko, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and some great defense. Mike Bibby off the bench as the leading scorer, guys, at 18 points, 4 assists per game. The New York Knicks, we got John Starks at 14. James Worthy on the Lakers, 24, 9, and 7. So I knew he could score, but I gotta see this man's career stats. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's his career high, guys. Yeah, that is definitely his career high. Wow, I was not expecting that whatsoever. This team's going to be even more dominant now. The Magic, Scott Skiles, only 10 assists. Come on, man. You could drop 30 a game. He also got 18 points. Mavericks, we got Michael Finley at 15 and 6 rebounds. Nets with Petrovic at 20. Then we're back to the Denver Nuggets. Okay, man. So, yes, Clippers, I think is going to win it. I think they're going to pull that upset with Chris Paul, but the Lakers, my second choice. And then Petrovic with Kyrie and Kevin Durant. Yeah, that team might be coming out of the Eastern Conference. We'll see how this all goes. Maybe there's an upset and Sam Cassell can knock out the Lakers. We got the Kings gone with Mike Bibby. Okay. Pacers are gone. Toronto gone. OKC gone. Minnesota gone. Utah Jazz gone. Milwaukee gone. Heat gone. Okay, man. Here we go. Round 2. All the teams I said is still in it. Which, I picked the 2 number 1 seeds and the number 2 seeds. So I would expect that. Tracy McGrady is out of there. Washington's gone with Chris Webber. Golden State with Thurman. And the Boston Celtics with Parrish. So we got Lakers, Clippers, Brooklyn, Philly. Of course, Hershey Hawkins is on the Philadelphia 76ers. Simulate round. Let's get to these NBA Finals. See what happens. Brooklyn. Wow. Okay, we got Brooklyn gone, man. Wow. Okay. So we got the Clippers versus the 76ers. Let's simulate round. See who wins this, man. I was saying Clippers. And there we go, guys. Chris Paul gets his first ring going back to the Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, of course, getting that Finals MVP, though, because, like I said, Chris Paul, you're now just a side dish on this team. You're no longer the main dude. Although, who was the main dude before? Chris Paul or Blake Griffin? You can kind of have an argument right there. But yeah, man, that was actually a really fun video to do. I love doing these holiday special videos. I did one for Halloween. It got like nearly 100K views. So apparently you guys like it a lot too, man. That was like my most viewed video in a long time. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hope you all have a very happy Thanksgiving. If you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, maybe you're from somewhere else or whatever. Just have a good day in general. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out, my friends.